Good morning and welcome to the Mike Show for Saturday, May 30, 2026. 49 degrees at 7:43 a.m. and I am your host, Bob Kamal, and I'm a sinner. And I'm powerless and my life is unmanageable. Humility and gratitude are the keys to life. It is always today, it is always now. My life is not my own. My will not be done. There's no reality but God, and the only thing we have to do is die. So how are we going to live today? Where's Mackie? There's Mackie and the princess. There's Kook. And I hope and pray I can live from my heart a life based on faith and not fear. Oh boy, campers. We've been up since we got out of bed around 6:30 this morning. Fell asleep out here again at camp. Moved upstairs. I don't know what time during the night. I was joined by Elsie and Ruthie. And I wanted to sleep a little while longer, but it wasn't happening. So we got up and I let the girls out. Else went out, Max went out. Sat outside and had my first cup of coffee out on the binky out there. And the girls came in, Max came in, Else came in first. We fed them their treat. I've been sitting here saying some prayers and having my coffee. I'm drinking some dark roast German coffee. I forget what it's called, but I got it at Aldi. Not pre-ground. Got it to make iced coffees with. It is iced coffee season. And I made one with it yesterday. It was pretty good. Oh boy. I'm working up the energy to go for a bike ride right now. I've already had my gruel, cold, thin, and watery, just the way I like it, even though it was none of those things. And haven't had gruel since Wednesday. Oh boy, it was a beautiful day yesterday. I think it reached just over 80 degrees. Apples are blossoming. You can smell lilacs in the air. Ours aren't quite blooming, but the neighbors are, and I went by a couple places on my way to Aldi yesterday on a bike ride, and could smell them in the air. It smells so good. My favorite scent, my favorite aroma as far as flowers go. Oh boy, yesterday's thumbnail. Who was yesterday's thumbnail? The old brain is soft and getting softer. I know the day before was Keith Richards. Who was? Oh, yesterday was our beloved Sullivan. Oh, do we miss him? Oh, do we miss our Sullivan? He was a good boy. He was a big boy. He didn't like to share me, I know that. But yeah, thinking back to when he moved in with us in October of 2021. He showed up around here maybe that summer or the summer before, I don't know, but that particular spring and summer he was looking really rough and had really bad infection and mites in his ears and scratched all the fur and flesh off from behind his ears. He'd run around, they were raw and bloody. It took me a while to get him his trust and get him cured as much as I can, pumping him full of antibiotics and Animax cream and dewormer and all that. And it took a long time to get him into the vet because it was during the old COVID times. And anyway, I remember we were working at a job out in Posen, Wayne and I, doing a flood cleanup, water damage in a basement. Oh, I think it was a Tuesday he went in on, and we picked him up on a Wednesday. Fortunately, the vet's office was open late that day, and we picked him up on the way back from Posen. And initially, he went right back on his old program of taking off and going wherever, but then it reached a point where when I'd get up in the morning and let everyone out, Sammy was alive back then, and Mikey. Was Seiji? No, Seiji was gone. But I let everyone out, go have coffee and wake up time and get ready and go to work. And then I'd go to work, and then Sullivan would go to work. And I'd come home from work, and he'd come back 6 or 7 at night. He'd show back up, but eventually after a couple weeks, and it was big for me, he started staying in at night and adopted us as his home. His original name was Friend. I didn't know what to call him, but I think the name Sullivan came from, we were reading the book, Richard Russo's Nobody's Fool. The movie was made starring Paul Newman, and he played the character named Sullivan, Donald J. Sullivan, I believe it was. They called him Sully, so that's how he got his name. I've read that book several times. But yeah, Sully was a good boy, and he was FIV positive, and he was one of those that once he got sick, there was no pulling him out of it. And actually what got him and what did him in was kidney failure. I have no idea how old he was. I just know that even up to the day before he passed, I took him into the vet's office because I thought, am I prolonging this? And she said, no, he's doing good. He had been outside that day. He was eating, drinking excessive amounts of water. I know we were going through 50 pounds of cat litter a week because he was drinking so much water and peeing so much. And I was giving him fluids to try to flush his system out, but then we tried giving him this product called Kidney Gold, and I don't know that it made the situation worse, but it, at the same time, he went bad. He was diagnosed on December 30th of 2024, and he was gone February 21st, 2025. But old Sully was a good boy, and we love him and miss him like all the others. Welcome back, and I don't really mean that, and I didn't mean it when I said good morning either. We've been joined by Gracie. Ruthie was over there, and I didn't even know it, and there's Uncle Mackie. Come here, Max. Come on, Bubby. Come on. He's been squawking at me all morning. He always seems to be hungry. And yet when I clean the box after he does a job, it doesn't look like he's missing too many meals, so I don't know what the problem is. Hey, Bubby, you come sit with me? So I had a partial costume change. I made a nice coffee. Got the trek out. I don't know if you can see it out there or not. Is it out there in that? Yeah, you can see it leaning there. The old Trek 950. It's a 1998 model. Single track was the model name. And I bought that bike brand new in the year 2000 in September. And it's still going strong, and it's still one of my favorite bikes to ride. Hey, Mackie. Oh, boy. Wiping some sleep boogers out of my eyes. Oh, Maxie. Oh, it was a beautiful day yesterday. And everything was green and growing and alive like it is today. And got some work done after making some egg salad in the morning. Trying to figure out what I was going to do for exercise. I did my yoga and stretching and pedaled to Aldi's to get some groceries. And then I came home and regrouped. And the task for the day was to rake up all the needles underneath the spruce tree. Which didn't take too long, but it's an ugly job because raking is brutal for my back. I don't know what it is about it. I've said it before and I'll say it again. I can go out and shovel snow for hours and it doesn't bother me. But there's something about the motion of using a rake that really just kills me. And so I was crawling underneath the spruce tree and then, very see, raking up the needles and cones and loading them into a garbage can and then hauling that out from underneath the tree and lifting it up and dumping it into the back of the truck. I remember the first time I did that job. I had my Colorado then. Excuse me. And probably just a touch of lung cancer. A couple aspirin, I'll be fine. But I know it was every bit of 2 loads of needles I took. It might even have been 2.5. Because it hadn't been done for years and they were piled up. So now I try to do it at least once a year. And anyway, hauled those needles to the DPW and dumped them. Came home. Just basically spent the rest of the day hanging out around here with the cats. Yeah. Went outside 3 times yesterday, the girls did. Max and Else. And I was glad to see Else going out. For 18, she's doing real good, and I want to get another 18 out of her if we can. But anyway, read to the cats last night, and that's something we might want to do today, is go pick up a new library book. And so I think I'm going to take a bike ride out the Hamilton Road Nature Trail, and then that'll bring me back into town, and I can swing by the library before I come home. Anyway, what else did we do, Mackie? What else did we do? You good boy. You're a good boy, honey. Yeah. Oh boy, let's take another little break and we'll be back to close. Well, here's some more excitement for you. I may have mentioned this yesterday as well, but I'm busy in the kitchen and I've been making my own refrigerator pickles and pickled peppers for a couple of years now. I think it's been going on a couple of years anyway, we'll say. And I had thoughts about reusing the brine before, so I Googled that to see if you could do it, and it said yeah. I added a little bit more vinegar and salt to it, just a tad, but it'll save me some work and save some product, you know. But they are really good. And I know other people that have taken like brine from pickled bologna and then just put regular bologna in it and made their own pickle bologna. So, and vinegar and salt are preservatives, so we'll see if I get food poisoning or not, but we won't know for a few days because it takes 3 or 4 days for those things to absorb the flavor of the brine. And anyway, I think that's all we got this morning. Hey, Maxie. Now that Maxie's sitting here giving me a purr, I'm not in a real big hurry to do anything. Lucy's still over there. Elsie's underneath the coffee table. And that's all we got on this super Saturday morning. So from the cold gray ashes and coals of my cold black heart, my broken, beaten, battered, bruised, bloody, burdened, empty, hollow, cracked, shattered, hopeless, forsaken, forlorn, bitter, angry, tired, resentful, twisted, convoluted, confused, grieving, happy, ungrateful soul, piss off, happy Saturday, and thanks for not tuning in.